This is an update of my Sig Legion P226. So a little while back, I did a video on my Sig Legion, which had two major issues that I encountered. One was a light primer strike, and the other was a random magazine drop. So just to let you know, for those who are interested to know, because I've really got quite a bit of comments on my video last time. So the quick summary is that the situation right now so far has been resolved. So apparently I figured out a solution to remedy the situation of the light primer strike as well as the magazine drop. So since the last video, I really haven't shot the Sig Legion all that much. It's actually over almost over a year that I've actually shot the Legion. So recently I brought it out to shoot it, and I've put actually 500 rounds through it so far. So after about 500 rounds through the Sig Legion, so far the situation seems to be resolved. So what I've done, essentially, I did actually thoroughly clean the gun because some people did recommend that I make sure that the firing pin hole may not be clogged up or whatnot that's affecting it. So that's probably basically clean, and actually the issues from what I've kind of determined is probably magazine related. So this is what I've actually done. This is actually something I've actually learned or actually try resolve from another issues I had with another firearm, which is like a Norinco Type 97. I'm actually going to do a video later on that. There's some feeding issues with the rifle. So basically, it's a very old way of dating back to, I guess, the World War I or World War II, when soldiers tapped the magazine. So basically, what I did with the Sig Legion was to tap the magazine back, just to making sure that all the ammos are seated back properly. So basically, I tap the magazine every time I shoot the Sig Legion pistol to make sure all the ammos are properly seated at the back of the magazine. So just like you see sometimes in the war movies, they tap the magazine to the helmet, and just making sure that it taps properly to prevent any feeding issues. So I'm thinking it's probably something to do with it, because since I've been doing that, there has been no issues with any light primer strike, and I'm shooting the same ammo, essentially the Federal aluminum ammo, which I know some people said, oh, it could be the hard primer or other issues with ammos that's causing the problem. But essentially, since I've basically started doing this tapping, it resolved the issues. So no issues, no failure to feed, no problem at all for all the 500 rounds that I've put through it since I started the tapping. So that sort of solved the light primer strike issues. And the second aspect, the magazine drop, I'm not sure if it's I think it's probably the grip, because I haven't changed the mag catch release spring. So because I'm suspecting that the spring may be a little bit loose, so it's not tight enough, so it kind of led to perhaps my palm depressing the mag release button and dropping the magazine. So I haven't changed the spring, I haven't changed any of that part. What I've done differently is I actually changed my grip, and that's not because I have to adapt to the Sig Legion. I actually changed my grip during this past year just to modify it to shoot a little bit better, and I did see some better consistency when I changed my grip. So what I actually did is actually my supporting hand, my left hand thumb, it used to press a bit on the frame of the gun. So that actually create a little bit more of, I guess, a tightness and pressure on the palm, which probably caused my palm to depress on the mag release button and causing the mag drop. So my new grip, essentially my left supporting hand thumb, doesn't press basically I just leave it hanging, so it doesn't press or touch the frame at all. So essentially, it reduced that pressure on that part of the slide. I mean, I'm still holding it pretty tight, but I think the thumb, in terms of the placement from the earlier grip, probably caused the part of the palm that's kind of hitting the mag release button. So that's sort of resolved it. So basically no drop at all since I've had this grip. So it's not like I purposely made this, I mean, do this grip to try to like avoid hitting the mag release. I mean, I'm changing my grip for all my other pistol anyway. Like, this is my new grip, so I guess in a sense it kind of helped resolve this issue as well. I'm still suspecting what happened earlier was basically the mag release spring is a little bit loose. So I think I will probably still need to replace that mag release spring, catch release spring eventually, because like I said, my old grip, when I used the old grip where my thumb actually pressed against the frame, it didn't affect any other pistol in terms of dropping the magazine. So essentially, yeah, so even though it's kind of resolved the issues right now, but I think sometime down the road, I do need to replace that spring because I think it's probably a little bit older and do need some replacement. But I'm glad that the light primer strike issue has been resolved. I mean, like, I tap it, and it's so far. I mean, so if it's magazine related, you can't really blame the pistol or whatnot. So I'm glad that it's me or actually the magazine or whatever, and it's not the gun. I really rather have the issue caused by me or like maybe ammo or whatever than getting a lemon. so I'm glad that this gun is really consistent now. Like, I've solved the issues. And yeah, I mean, it's a great pistol. Like I said, even from that previous video, like, other than these issues, the gun overall is amazing. I mean, the trigger is fantastic. The look of the Sig Legion is like, it's just outstanding. It's one of the, I think, best looking combat pistols out there. Like, that's maybe just my opinion. I definitely love the look of it. Yeah, the only thing was like, I guess, those two issues. And yeah, so right now it's been resolved. And even if it doesn't, actually, a good friend of mine who's been shooting for a long time, very experienced shooter, and have experience with many firearms. Like, he's just saying, like, he's telling me the Sig Legion, I mean the Sig P226 is a double action, single action. And actually, if there is a light primer strike, then just press the button again and do double action and then clear that out. So, which kind of makes sense. I mean, like, if it kind of, there's a hang fire or not hang fire, I mean, like, if there's a light primer strike, then just press it again, and then let the round go off, because essentially it does, I mean, the light primer strike, you can kind of see it visually. It is very light in terms of when it hit the primer. So if you depress the trigger again, the chances of two light primer strike is probably very rare. But anyway, I'm glad I didn't have to do that. Like, I haven't really tried that. I basically used the tapping the magazine. It resolved the issues now, so I'm all good. So yeah, so just want to provide you guys, anyone who is interested, an update on the situation with the light primer strike and the mag drop. And I hope you all can subscribe to my channel and leave me comments whether you like it or not. I really appreciate if you just leave me comments and provide us a like. Thank you so much.